Hey everybody, welcome to another 5 Leagues from the Borderlands adventure. We're back with Daynes Company. They've been running errands for far too long and finding themselves basically at the edge of like a new adventure. They've decided they're going to take on the threat. The gnawing horde who overwhelmed them in the opening acts of the campaign is now going to be their basically the thing they're hunting. Mav is sitting out. She got badly injured for a few games, so we're gonna have to go and buy some stuff, maybe hunt for some herbs to heal her up a little bit faster. But until then, she's going to be sitting out, and the rest of the warband will continue to try and hunt down this threat in the region. All right, so here's Sir Daynes Company. Mav injured for 5 games. We have some things we can do about that, at least to lessen a little bit, but everyone else is in fighting shape. So we have Sir Dayne, the leader. He's gotten some increases. He's level 4 now, making him combat +2. He's got some luck. And he's currently sitting on 28 XP. Mav also level 4. She's got +3 combat now. And she's quite tough. So everybody's doing pretty well. Bale and, of course, Shala, the brother and sister. He's at +3 for his combat. She's at +2. And then finally, even the boy right here, Curtis, he's +3 combat. He's hyper dangerous, and I may actually replace his miniature quite soon with somebody else because I feel like he grew up and became a monster. And then finally, my 2 followers in the back here. We have the courier and, of course, the local villager who looks like Kratos from Gods of War. And the monk rounding it all off with his ability to heal everybody. And so we need to start and see what's going on in the city we find ourselves in. Up here in Illith's Rest, we found a weird monster activity space, which I'm going to take as a sign that we need to fight the gnawlings. And of course, we're gonna see what rumors are happening in town right now and what's been talked about. 100 roll, and we get a 59. That is, field work needs doing. A community like this always has a lot that needs doing. You may spend any of your campaign activities helping the fields. You receive a gold mark for the first activity and 2 more for the second. In a hamlet, if you spend 2 activities doing this, they will pay your upkeep costs for the campaign turn as well. This rest is a hamlet. The problem is we really need to go shopping. So instead of trying to make gold, because our upkeep right now is D6 +1, which I don't love, and it's going to be 4, we're going to send, I guess, not Mav, but the boy, because he's like a brute now, to go help the town guard, and that'll offset our upkeep costs. And then we're going to send Sir Dayne shopping. Go on the rare goods table, see what's available. 76. That would be a set of alarm traps. Neat. I would have rather had a ranger or scout's cloak. So that's not something I'm super interested in. However, to get Mav back in the action, I have 1 tonic in storage. It's going to take 5 tonics for her to come back, and they're 4 each. So I'm going to have to spend, I have 26 gold. I'm going to spend 20 of it just to get Mav back in the action. We have them brew up the potion that Egg gives everybody in Big Trouble in Chinatown, and she just like wakes up and is like, I feel great. We Miracle Max her back to life. You know, mostly dead is still partly alive. We only have 6 gold marks remaining in the bank. We're a little bit poorer, but I'm fine with it. With that done, we can do a little research, see what's going on in Illith's Rest. 78 will be, you may take the offer of a contract. No, we've done enough contracts. We want to go hunt some gnawlings. Inside your adventure, we're going to battle an enemy threat. So we focus on earning adventure points. Select the threat you would like to fight and proceed to the enemy threat chapter of this section. Facing a threat may require a travel roll, so 97. So first we have to roll to see what the location is on a D6. 2. The current map area. Hey, look, it's that thing we found next to the 4 family. Then we roll for their activity. 6. They're hunting your warband. All enemy ranged troopers receive the poison trait if they don't already have it. Oh my god. And their end goal for this is going to be 5. Gather information. Next time you fight this enemy threat, add +1 to the number of enemies encountered. Play a quick play scenario of meeting engagement against this enemy threat. So we have to determine the number of enemies. We have opted with 7 or 8 figures, so we have to add an additional enemy to the number. And see what kind of bad guy we're facing. So for the gnawlings, 5. It's a regular old skirmisher pack, but we +5 to whatever we roll for the number. That's not bad. 6 guys. In this case, 4 of them have slings, which means that these 4 guys with spears are going to have little throwing weapons. They have skirmisher and crawling, which means that with their mob tactics, you don't get your ally bonus. They're also driven by hatred. Whenever they take a morale check for gnawlings on a 6, the morale dice causes them to rush forward. The gnawlings furthest from the battlefield edge immediately makes a full move. Which means the enemy may make a ranged attack even if they move a full distance, which is cool because they're running and throwing their little spears. Crawling means they dash even during sight battles, but there's no sight battle here. We're just doing a meeting engagement. Right, so let's see if there's some kind of enemy leadership. 77. Heck yeah, there is a unique foe. What kind of unique foe is it? Better not be that werewolf. 14. Cunning Infiltrator, an enemy agent trained in spying and infiltration. That's interesting, they're trying to gather information. To cause chaos and disruption. If the battle ends with the infiltrator being slain, you must roll in the enemy plans table after the battle. If playing a defensive battle, then you're minus 1 to spot. If you slay the infiltrator in melee, you get +1 adventure point. Their unique leader guy, the enemy infiltrator, he's been hunting us. +1 combat, which is neat, and he's +0/+0 for his damage, and then he's toughness 4 with 1 armor. We're up in the high country. I've made some sort of rocky alpine area with not too much terrain for us to be hunters and hunted in. All right, so let's see what the terms of this meeting engagement are. So the objective of this, 72. Eliminate the enemy, that makes sense. Then, who told us about it? That literally doesn't matter. It's this one. If you have slain at least 4 enemies in the first 6 battle rounds, you've completed it. A captain or unique foe counts as 2, and we get +1 adventure point. No one here outflanks, we don't have to worry about that. Deploy enemies, roll 2d6 +8 and place a marker on each side of the table with that many inches between them, leaving roughly equal space, and then space everybody out. That's 15 inches, so a 15-inch line. Deployed within 6, so that means we are ready to start our engagement. So 6 turns to kill at least 4 guys with the unique infiltrator counting as 2. Yeah, it costs us 20 gold crowns, but with Mav back in the game, I'm pretty confident about this one, especially when I rolled double ones for the bad guys. Let's see what our initiative roll looks like. Oof, like nobody. So I guess we'll put the 2 on to, I say Bale, because I want to get some shooting in here, and then we'll re-roll on Shala, because she's also Fae, and she passes too. So with our archers in the front, we get to start our turn. Well, Shala, you probably just want to sit still and shoot somebody and get rid of some of these poisoned archers. These poison slings are bad. So sitting still, you can use your combat bonus of +2, which means you hit on a 5, goes to a 6 because he's in cover, back down to a 4. Cranked it, so no need to roll to bypass armor, so it's just his toughness of 3, and he is wounded. He's done. So Bale doing much the same thing. Sitting still, he's in the open this time, so it's a 5, +3 is a 2. Yep, and then 3+, just kills him. Right, well that means it is now the monster phase. Now these guys are fast, 7-3, and they will dash towards us, trying to keep into cover if they can, but the ranged models go first. They can move their full distance and still shoot, so 7 inches. We'll put them here, in cover if possible. And then it's a slingshot in the open, so it'll be on a 5. I would say the closest is Shala, because she's in the open. Misses. The next one can also go 7. He can like dip in between here, so he'll come out around there, because there's a little ledge here. And then take a shot. It looks like Sir Dayne is the closest. 5. Misses. Then it's the remaining baddies, so going 10 inches, trying to maintain cover, so he'll dip into the wood as the end of his move. These 2 will hide behind some barrels. Oh, there was one more shooter, actually. Moving 7, he can make it to this ledge. And take a shot at probably Mav in the open on a 5. Whoa, hits her. Well, with her magical armor, she's always armor 3. And that's a sling, so that does actually penetrate the armor. She's toughness 4. She is wounded. Oh no, stunned, actually. Won't particularly matter for this turn. Trading boss will go. He can also go 10, so he'll hide behind this rock. Well, they are a cowardly lot, but they do attack in numbers. Let's start with, I guess, Sir Dayne. He moves 6-3, so 6 will get him into contact over here. He's going to charge in and try and bust some heads. +2, he's +0, but +1 for his supporting friend. And that will make him change combat, so it's a 5 to a 4. So Dayne becomes the defender, and then that is a 4 to a 4. The combat ends because they tie, and they just separate. Over to Mav then. She's just going to run over 6 to behind this brazier. Lucian, because he's going to combat right now. Lucian's going to run just to support Sir Dayne. The muscles will go and support Mav. Boy's just going to go club this guy. Is he still slow? No, he moves 6-3 as well. So he's going to run in the woods and try and beat up this poor goblin. This poor kobold. So he's +3. The goblin's going to have a bonus of support, so that'll be +1. It gives him a 6. He wins the fight. There's no armor to speak of, so just a 4+. Does he knock the guy? He sure does. He's a killing machine. He's Damian Wayne. Not Dick Grayson. He knows how to kill. And so it's just the courier. He'll run up to support. It's turn 1. We're into turn 2. Make another initiative roll to see who is going first. A little bit better this time, so Dayne will take the 2. I think we'll give the 1 to Bale again. No, he doesn't really need it. We'll give the 1 to Mav. And then we'll roll for everybody else. So rolling again for Bale because of his Fae. No, he's going to be going last. For Shala, no, she's also going last. And Dayne's going to pile in. He'll be +3 now with the support of Lucian. +3 to +1 because they're both supported. That's going to be a 4 to a 4, and the combat just ends. Gets pushed back. Mav, go jump this guy. +4 to a +1. That's a 7, so she wins the fight, no armor, and just murders this poor kobold. Creature phase, starting with the shooters right here. We'll take a shot into, I guess, the boy, because he's in the open. On a 3, nope, misses, or sorry, hits rather, and then his armor is, he has full armor, so it's just deflected. We're here, this shooter into Sir Dayne in the open on a 3, hits. He has to roll a 6 to get through this Betrayer's armor, the Traitor's armor. He does not. All the active shooters, so it's going to be over here. Charging into Sir Dayne. Combat score, +3 to +3, so Dayne becomes the attacker. And then Dayne wins the fight. No armor to speak of. Just stuns him. So 1 more engagement. He's +4 now. He hits. Actually, no, he did either or, so he's still +3. And then no armor to speak of. Kills him. Kobolds aren't so mighty now. But the Infiltrator comes for Sir Dayne. He's like, let's go. I'm +1 on my own. Does he hit? He does not. Dayne becomes the aggressor. Dayne aggressively becomes the fighter. Dayne wins. And he had no armor, but his toughness was 4, so he's just wounded. The final encounter, or the final bout, that's going to be a 5. That's also going to be a 5, so they tie and the combat ends. Then we're on to the tracking phase, so Curtis is just going to walk over here to this poor kobold. We are bullying kobolds today and fight. +0 to +3, so he wins. And he sure does kill that guy who's already wounded and has no armor. He's got some rage issues about what the kobolds did to them last time in that dungeon. Everybody's working something out today. There's some feelings getting exercised, I think. The courier's gonna go then. He's just gonna walk 2, 4, and then 3 more. She's gonna go. She's still only 4, 3, so she's gonna walk. I guess she wants some line of sight, so she'll actually follow 4, and then 3 more over to here to be able to see one of the shooters. Dale can move 6, however, so he's gonna go 4 to there, and then 2 more, so he can see this kobold, but he can't fire because he moved his full distance. He'll just move 3 again and advance. So we'll advance to here. And then Dayne's already gone. Lucian can go. Nope, everyone's just finished, I think. It's 3 this turn, so their morale check's going to be quite big. 1 goes, so the furthest away is over here. Well, it's round 3. Looking like we're making our time limit here. Dayne and Mav get to go first if we want. Or we could have Dayne and Bale go first. Yeah, we'll have Dayne and Mav go. So rolling again for Bale. No, he's still going to be on a 6. For Shala, rather. No, also on a 6, and then everybody else is also going in the tracking phase. But I think Dayne can handle this. I know it took him a while to kill this one. Maybe he can beat their boss. If he piles in here, he'll have a +3 to the boss's +1, the Infiltrator's +1. So he wins that fight. Auto beats the armor. It's toughness 4, though. And he slays it. And so the field is ours. We've worked out some feelings against these kobolds. Resolution's done. Now, because we defeated this Infiltrator in melee, we get to roll in the enemy plans table automatically and try and find out what the Gnawing Horde is doing. We also get a bonus adventure point for having slain him, on top of the normal one, because we killed him in melee. We did fight the enemy threat, so we get D6 adventure points. So we get 2. Then we also defeated a unique foe for 4. 5 because it was the Infiltrator. It's a set of total of 21 adventure points. We have seriously been mounting them because we haven't been doing any threat battling. We've just been going on side quests basically this whole time, as we had to reform the warband. So that's pretty fantastic. Attempt an adventure milestone. If the milestone is achieved, then we get to reduce the threat score by 1 point. Once reduced to 0 and all hideouts have been destroyed, the threat's been eliminated. But camps may remain as stragglers are there. Do the adventure milestone, because we defeated an enemy threat, we basically spend campaign points and then roll a d6, and if you roll under it, then we get the milestone we're looking for. So I have 21, I'm just going to spend 6 and then roll, and we automatically pass to reduce the kobold colony down to 4. And now we get to check for injuries. We didn't have any. We get to roll for our advancement, or check for our advancement. So we get +1 for surviving and +1 for leader slain, which we did. And we also killed a unique foe. Gets 2 for having held the field and survived, except for the followers, obviously. And then Dayne's gonna get an extra 1 for 3. 31 for Dayne and 30 for Mav. That actually levels both of them up, having faced their demons that were, you know, hunting them underground in that old abbey, and defeating them. They both gain a level and go to level 5. Advancement rolls for both of them. So for Dayne, 23. That's going to be a speed or skill increase. We're in the battle-wise skill at +2. Mav's already capped out for melee at +3. You also have to, I don't think I ever mentioned this before, you have to disguise or decide what skill is +3, the other one becomes +2. So if you get that third advance, like for instance, Bale's ranged attack is +3, he's not melee +3. They're still just +2. Only one of the skills, basically their expertise, becomes higher. So Mav's a melee bonus +3. Curtis the boy is a +3 for his melee bonus. We've also got, who else is a +3? Yeah, it's just Mav, Bale, and Curtis at this point. All at +3, but they've specialized basically at what they look like they do. See what Mav gets is her last one, 24. That's again skill or speed. Some other folks got close. I think we're 1 away from Bale, and 2 away from Lucian leveling up to level 4. And 4 for both Shala and Curtis. Well, let's see what we found on the loot table. Something cool. 89. Consumables. Gotta get that 90 plus. What kind of consumables did we pick up? It's a 23. Delver's kit. Some kind of like mining tools. Some unusual finds. What's on the battlefield after we finish up? 77 will be for a meeting engagement. A key individual was slain. Well, that totally fits the story. The enemies you slew with someone of note. If a leader or unique foe was slain, gain 2 more adventure points. And if a roll in the enemy plans table is triggered later in the following campaign turn, ignore the first roll. If you didn't slay either, merely add +1 for rattling the enemy's nerves. So we get 2 more adventure points, and we automatically have to roll in the enemy plans table. We get to ignore that first roll. We're going to settle in and roll for the news of the world. So let's see what the enemy plans thing was. Having slain that key individual, that's super cool that the story basically went that way, though. We get to ignore whatever the rule that comes up from it is. So 24 is... The enemy's sponsoring caravan raids. You must complete 3 ride patrols to secure the area. Until then, you don't receive any rare good rolls. Well, no, we basically cut that off from happening because we slew the infiltrator and disrupted the enemy plans. That's so sweet. I love that. What is the news of the world? That's a 91. That's got to be interesting. A virulent disease is spread such another random settlement you can't. Man, it's just everywhere. So D4 for the settlements left to right. 4, Boar's Hearth is currently ravaged by disease that we totally didn't bring back there the last time because we went to Riverhome. So we can't go to Boar's Hearth next campaign turn. But we'll go back to Illith's Rest for the night and camp out. So we go at the end of the game, settling in back at Illith's Rest, disease having broken out in Boar's Hearth, which is never a good thing, and Mav back on her feet having chugged all the tonic to get back and rejoin the warband. A very interesting threat reduction game too, to start hunting the kobolds, and clearly whatever emotional damage came from that trip to the cathedral under Randolph's leadership, Dayne has worked it out. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more 5 Leagues next week. Till then, I'm Ash. Up Wargaming. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.